Thank you. Pedro Silva Pereira.
Thank you, Chair. Let me please come back to the communication of the Commission towards a positive fiscal stance for the euro area. Of course, I take note that the Eurogroup will still have a debate on this communication, and I also take note that you called attention to the fact that beyond the Stability and Growth Pact, it's up to the Member States. And in fact, the Commission itself recognizes that this is just a non-binding recommendation. And moreover, you say if there is a tension between the Stability and Growth Pact, the Commission's first duty should be to ensure the implementation of the pact. Now, I don't think it helps to ignore the fundamental question that is now on the table. This debate is not precisely on the implementation of the pact, because, in fact, the Commission is not calling for a non-compliance with the Stability and Growth Pact. This debate is about the right or wrong fiscal policy. And in fact, the European Commission is challenging the fiscal policy of the Eurozone. What the Commission is saying, and I quote, is, in light of the latest economic and budgetary data, a full delivery of the fiscal requirements contained in the country-specific recommendations of the Council, issued in July, only 4 months ago, would lead on aggregate to a moderately restrictive fiscal stance for the euro in 2017 and 2018, while the economic situation would seem to call for an expansionary fiscal stance. That is to say, the recommendations, the country-specific recommendations, they call for a restrictive fiscal stance, but economic situations calls for the opposite. So the European Commission is in fact challenging the fiscal policy of the Eurozone. So I agree when you say that we have to listen to what the Member States concerned will have to say, but there's an evaluation that the Eurogroup as a whole has to make. And you cannot avoid to answer the question later on, of course. Do you agree or do you disagree with the need for a moderately expansionary fiscal stance?